Hi, it's Andy here from McHugo Homes. I want to talk today about the role an estate agent plays in negotiating the very best price for a homeowner. It's probably a big factor in how owners judge who they're going to use as an estate agent. It's also probably why a lot of estate agents get into the industry to get involved in selling. This could be a skill that is involved in similar industries as well. The number one thing for myself is to start the negotiation from the very first day of marketing. Your marketing is actually your first justification of price. This will be a sensible marketing price or a great marketing price. This will be excellent marketing of the property all the way along, justifying the excellence of it. It's then the estate agent doing the viewings for you, showing off the property to its very best, pointing out all the facts that the buyer needs to know to make an informed judgment on whether to make an offer. I think the last 2 years have distorted things a little bit, that buyers came along and were worried about missing out on a property, so that's where the bidding wars were created and going higher and higher and higher. Not as many of those at this moment in time, still are happening, but not as many. And I think even more reason to start justifying the price very early on, and in conversations with buyers as well. They're always trying to test out what the owners will take for property. I always stand firm and ensure that until advised further, the asking price is what we're looking for, and that will help start a bold negotiating line, drawing a line for that owner in the sand, really. The benefits of an estate agent in this should be that they should be able to provide the stats and information to back up the price, and also to use those stats in the negotiation process. A lot of buyers will be using sort of Zoopla stats at the moment, average house prices, but for every one of those there can be other stat platforms that can counter those. Home Search, for example, offer very good insight market analysis that I'm happy to share with owners, happy to share with buyers as well. It will help justifying the price and negotiating during that process. I think a big benefit would be experience of the estate agent. I think seeing lots of different scenarios over the years, you come across all kind of different buyers, and you sort of get to know who's going to want to go in lower, and you sort of get a feel in the communications how to then approach that client. I think the one thing I've always asked to do is confirm the proof of funds very early on in order to make the offer, and that shows me an intent, and it shows an owner intent. And I think that bodes well for the transaction that's about to follow. I've always said that during every part of the sales process. Further benefits of the role of an estate agent is they can talk with facts. They can talk about average pound per square foot in the area. They can talk about the history of an overview of the market, what's happened with the property down the road, who was it that bought that house, why this house is more expensive than maybe the neighbour's house, all the way along, justifying, as I touched on earlier. But I think it's absolutely important to justify that value for money to a buyer, to make them feel like they're getting the deal that they want as well. But what I'm looking at every step of the way, and most estate agents should be, is getting the very best price for that owner. The way to test this out, actually, in terms of negotiating skills for a buyer, is when you're sitting down with your estate agent and you think, oh, shall I be cheeky and ask that question? Will you do the same fee as the agent down the road are offering, a cheaper fee, maybe half the price in some cases? See what that agent responds with. One of my favourite cases a couple of years ago now was a client had a letter through the door offering one of these £750 plus VAT to sell your home in the roads, promotional offer, and the owner said, I've had this letter through the door shortly after I valued the property, and he said, would you match that? And I said, look, no, it's not a non-comparable. We're a completely different agent doing a lot more and help justifying my fee. The owner was absolutely happy at that point. That was the point they'd said, absolutely, then you're the right person to get me the best price for my home. And it's something to think about when you negotiate on fees. If an agent does drop their fee straight away, might not be having the best interest in dropping the price of your property as well. Just something to think about in the background. I'm happy to take further questions, and further reports and guidance will be coming up soon.